All right, this is Eastern and Fremont Street. A few years ago, I used to like walk from Main Street all the way down here to the Showboat. The Showboat is like a few blocks down. Anyways, lined with, with businesses and casinos and stuff. And now I don't know what's happening to it now. Look like a lot of what they call renovation, and I guess the mayor wanted to try to renovate renew this whole area here down Fremont Street. This is mainly where I think Vegas mainly got started in probably in the 30s and 40s. This is where a lot of people stayed when they came to Vegas, or they come here to gamble. After the 20s, the gambling got started. So after the 20s, gambling got started here, and I think Vegas eventually ventured down this way as far as like some of the businesses and stuff, motels. They did a lot of motels, mainly for the tourists, people that generally was going down to Boulder to see the dam. So the dam was the biggest attraction here in Las Vegas. Okay, I'm gonna try to get a shot of the Angel here, and the Blue Angel in Sin City. This used to be like a motel here, and that's Charleston on the other side. So have a lot of restaurants and stuff on Charleston too. So you can you should cut through there, and cause it's an intersection. You can be right there on Charleston, go to a restaurant or something. So it was pretty well lined up, as far as nightlife and stuff like that. So there was a lot of motels here for the tourists that stopped over here. But now the architecture, I guess the mayor wanted to change the architecture, because mainly it's like the 1930 architecture or 1950 architecture. So I guess he's concerned about the architecture and upgrading it to like some yuppie stuff, which I think is really going to destroy the whole look of the city. Yeah, this used to be part of the Blue Angel, like they just totally destroyed all this. The motels, you used to have a lot of motels in the back and stuff. And it looked like the only thing they left was this club here. And for a while it used to be hard for, to get, I don't know why, it's hard to get businesses to come down here. Mainly because a lot of the businesses and the people have moved away. This is like almost like a ghetto almost, where where the expansion moves out to the suburbs and all the people move out too, and so mainly it's just left with the ghetto in the city. And I think mainly what they should have done was try to make it more like a tourist attraction. If you understand that, instead of just destroying it and try to upgrade it to some yuppie stuff, like in New Orleans. I mean, you got buildings there in the French Quarter. There was 1700s, 1800s that's still there. Mainly what they did is they just made it a tourist attraction where people can come down and have a good time. But now it looks like, you know, and I think Beale Street was done like that too. You know, they made like a tourist attraction. You know, but people here in Vegas, they kind of use the word. They don't see ahead sometimes. They kind of blinded by today, you know, and they just want things done today instead of looking ahead and say, hey, we can do this, you know. So mainly I think that a lot of people here in town, they just, you know, they just short-sighted, myopic, you know. They don't see ahead, and I think that's a problem here too. Okay, this is Fremont and 21st Street here. Now, look like they tried to like build some new apartments and stuff. That's in the back over there, and they made this. I don't use the word "made," but evidently these people here, they changed the name and they changed the, you know, it kind of look like done some upgrades on here. You know, it's kind of a shame, you know, that they appear to be threatening these people. Say, hey, either you upgrade your property, either we're going to take it away from you. Okay, this is 20th and Fremont. Like a lot of people are trying to make some upgrades and stuff like that, you know. But I think a lot of investors probably, I guess 20 years or so ago, you know, they brought out some of these motels and stuff, and that was going to be, you know, their retirement, you know. And then all of a sudden, the mayor and the city council, they come up and say, hey, you got to upgrade your stuff to, you know, some yuppie style, because we all yuppies, and we want you to be yuppies too, you know, yuppie style. This is this motel here. It's like the 1950 like ranch style, you know. That was real popular, you know, back in probably in the 50s and 60s. That's a little vacant lot there. There was a lot of businesses up and down the street too, and this is where you could come and get you a spot, you know, for reasonable price, you know, retail place for pretty reasonable. And a lot of people, you know, that had businesses and wanted to start businesses. This was a place where they can actually come and rent a spot pretty reasonable. These people here look like they done some renovation here. Like they got a pool in the back and a little garden here, you know, real nice. And I'm going to pan across the street over here. Now that looks almost like an apartment complex there almost. So they done a little renovation there. I don't know what that is there. That's a commercial building. I probably got some commercial businesses in there. And then that's a apartment complex right there. This is at, I think, near Bruce and Fremont. It used to have a dealership right there on the corner. Okay, I'm still near Bruce and Fremont. Now up the street there, all the cops are. Now, it used to be hard to rent over here on Fremont Street, too, because you use the word prejudice, but they didn't want to rent to black people here. I don't know why. Once. Okay, now this is a car dealership here. I had a couple of car dealerships, too, over here on the left. And let me pan over here. I think this was a car dealership, too. So a lot of businesses here, and now they just, like, you know, it's kind of discouraged people, especially new business people. You need that property, you know, at a reasonable price, you know. So it's kind of discouraging because only people with the big money can, you know, can actually rent. Now, see, it used to be these businesses. These businesses used to be for rent. Now they want to sell them. I don't know. There's a lot of pressure being put on. That one too. Like there's been a lot of pressure put on these people to actually sell their property. Used to be you can rent. You know, it used to be a place where, you know, you can. A startup. There's a lot of people out here a few minutes ago, you know, just sitting out and just having a good time. Then, like these cops just rolled up on them, about 3 or 4 cops, and just started crashing the party over here. So I don't know exactly what's going to go on over here at Fremont, how it's going to eventually, what the outcome is, but I don't know if it's going to be for the good or for the bad. Anyway, things are changing. Okay, this is the 15th and Fremont here. Now, a couple of these places have been bought out by like a franchise, and on down that way, that's a market. It's called Your Fremont Market. So that's real popular there on Fremont Street. All right, this is 14th and Fremont here. I think that guy Zappos, I think he bought one of these, brought these out here. And that's the hostel there. Okay, this is 13th and Fremont. I think from like Maryland Parkway, well, I'm not sure about this property here. The Valley Motel. And I think Peter Pan was brought out. And Gables. And this particular one here, now, that particular company, they own a couple of them over here on Fremont Street. So I don't know what they're going to do with all this property here. Okay, this is at Maryland Parkway and Fremont. The Traveler Motel, they brought that. I think Tony Shea, Zappo, Alicia, and I think they brought some of these retail stores here too. I don't know why they've done that. Anyway, now these white guys out here hanging out down here. Now the cops could roll up on them if they was black. I mean, that makes no sense. You know, but that's some of the things that goes on around here. Okay, now this is the street is this 11th and Fremont. So I don't know what it's saying. Anyway, the bunkhouse is down that way. I don't know if I heard they was closing down or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's the Ferguson over there. I think Zappos bought that out. They closed it down. It's been closed for like a couple of months. I don't know why. When anybody want to close something down, it's fine. Just close it down. I I don't know, man. It's just kind of strange. Seems like we were trying to make some money off of it. Okay, now that's another little new restaurant there, and that's a bookstore there. That restaurant's called Child. Somebody was telling me about that. I hadn't really noticed it though. That's at look like about 10th and Fremont. All right, this is the 10th and Fremont here. This is I think they used to call it Atomic Liquor. They still call it there. Like they're trying to renovate this building. Used to be a garage there, I think. And they tore that down over there across the way there. Like the city put up some meters, parking meters in that lot there. It used to be the old Ambassador East too, I think. Okay, this is at 9th and Fremont. This used to be the Western here. They closed that down. I don't know what they're gonna do with it next. Look like they're trying to get some people to come down here and hold events. I don't know, events or concerts, or I don't know exactly what that means, events. I think that mainly they want like conventions and you know, people who they like, you know. They don't want anybody that's not from their hood, you know. So anyway, this is a little doggy park here, you know. This is part of the yuppie crowd thing. And then down the way there, they got a little mall there. This is some of their artwork here. I don't know exactly what it is. It's like two freight containers stacked on top of each other. And they call it that art, I guess. And then over here, they got this thing here. I don't know, they call it art too, I guess. And then that's the little brown building. It's supposed to be some little place of, I guess, concert, but they got a bar there too. And that's the mall across the street there. And then they tore this thing down over here. So, I don't know.